What it do, what it world minds, and I'm the toothless wonder back with another video on the Bamboozled Again News Network, where of course, as I like to say, Negroes get bamboozled every day, B. I'm gonna touch on a few topics here. Where do I go first? Well, I guess the most pertinent news that I'm saying people online crying about TikTok being banned. I ain't never had no TikTok. I got YouTube and Facebook, that's about it. I'm a little slow with the technology. And I don't need all that social media platform to talk to the same people I've been talking to. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying people crying, and I just seen a meme saying, TikTokers in a few days with a picture of some person working at McDonald's. I mean, I guess this is why you don't put all your eggs in one pot, you know what I mean? But I'm kind of indifferent to a whole lot of stuff. Like, my bank card wasn't working for my credit union. I call in and say, "Got mail me another one." I just find another way, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Lose my mind and hop on that junk crying. I do cry about child support, you know what I'm saying? But yo, okay, I'm a preface it right, then I'm gonna bring it back home, right? Then I seen some videos about I guess Snoopy Doug and Nelly and somebody else supposed to be performing at the Trump inauguration. And people saying they sell out and this, that, and the third. What you mean? Negroes sell out every day, B. But I didn't hear that same rhetoric, right? When Meg the Stallion and all these old folk, Beyonce and them, the Beehive and whatnot, when they was performing at the with the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, twerking with abortion vans out front, that wasn't selling out. Whatever, right? But here's what I want to get into, though, right? And I'm probably going to title it, now, of course, it's the Most High, I know this, but for satire purposes. Yo, this is going to be the second time Donald Trump done saved my life personally, yo. How the word say, even the wicked are used in the Most High schemes, yo. So the first time Donald Trump, okay, so I was, scrolling through social media, right? So my man Dennis Sperling, I would like to believe he's a very intellectual brother, so his information be, valid, right? So let me back that. So the first time, you know what I'm saying, this about, because in March I had 4 years without shucking and jiving, right? So, I'm sitting at the computer, you know what I'm saying, I probably was half hung over, right? So I'm hearing, the Osley brothers playing in my head, footsteps in the dark, like, yo, I'm at to just get a little, you know what I'm saying, get a little out of hand now, you know what I'm saying? These 3 and 4 day benders, then I'm out of commission for 2.5 days trying to get over a hangover as you get older. Like my leg is swole up, you know what I'm saying, because alcohol converted into sugar, so I think I was getting pre-diabetic. One time, I had smoked a cigarette. I woke up, smoked a cigarette, laid back down, right? Woke back up a couple hours later, got my coffee, smoked a cigarette. Hit that joint again, blew it out, cough, and my entire back locked up. Pound! I said, whoa, now, there. I plucked the cigarette. I said, ah. Boy, I was stiff as a board. I turned around like a tractor, went back in the house, lay down. Figuring maybe all this drink got my nerves fried up or whatever. Then I realized I couldn't get back to my feet. Had to call the ambulance come get me. And the funny thing about the ambulance man said, wow, this is weird, because you're the second person we got a call about who back just went out on. I said, yeah, it's about time, yo. So now I'm like, I know I need to do this, but you be a little hesitant, dragging your feet a little bit. So I got word through, when I was fumbling around online, that Trump gave out that last $1,400 stimulus, and child support wasn't going to Deion Sanders that joint. I said, up there it is. I made my appropriate calls. I'm going back in to make it better than the last time. Now here I am, all praise to the Most High. But he used Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying? So I'll bring it to this one, right? So I talk about my child custody issues, the measures or the tactics the other parties using to hinder me or just be spiteful and whatever the case may be, right? Then I've learned that I got to take the high road, not just intellectually or in a talking point, but in application, right? So I've been tempted, but I haven't, counterattacked it back to cause pain or, legal issue. I want, whatever, right? So I told y'all, now I've carried my child on my tax the last 2 years, right? And I just kicked the other party back. Cool, we all right, whatever. All right, you help me, I help you. That's how it's supposed to be, right? So we haven't been talking because she went ghost on me. So then when she tried to use a situation opportunistically, I went ghost on her, right? So then she sends a message through my mother because we about in tax time again. That we ain't been talking. Then she say, what happened? Oh, per our agreement, which we ain't agreed on nothing. Because she tried to do it at first, but then she probably won't get the money back, she thought. So even though we baby, she be like, oh, you can take the child, you know what I'm saying, that I've been taking the last 2 years, this will make 3 years. You can take the child and just kick me back X, Y, Z. I said, nah, I don't want to get in agreement with the adversary. You take the money, you do whatever with it. No, because that's how we got jammed, or that's what started the issue last year when I did that, and he went and bought my 13-year-old child an iPhone, which, you know what I mean, woo, right? So I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that. Then she backdated my child support. So then out of nowhere, I found myself like 3,500, in arrears when we had previously been good and used the system against me and woo, try to take my life and all. I got that ratified, right? Again, when stuff pop up, you got to address it, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, bunk, right? So, rectify the child support, stabilize that, woo, right? So it wouldn't make any sense because now I'm 3,500 and, in arrears. So even if I agree to you, which I'm not, you ain't going to get nothing because I ain't got nothing to give you because it's all going to state. And then maybe you'll get it back that way, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? But according to Dennis Sterling, because I've planned, what Emperor Trump getting that joint tomorrow, right? Oh boy, black folk gonna cry. I need to go check on my peoples, I don't care either which way. Heck, Kamal got in the Kung Fu Society best I can, no way. So according to Dennis Sterling, Donald Trump is changing. I guess he got that. I guess he's the president, the emperor, as I call them now. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been eroding the Constitution, or if I can't do it through Congress, I'll just write an executive order and do it that way. Like when Obama went over to Libya, he just, instead of calling it a war, he just called it intervention, and went around Congress, right? So according to Dennis Sterling, he say day one Donald Trump gonna change the tax law or something, where if you're claiming or if you receive child support benefits, you can't also get the child tax credit. You know what I'm talking about? Got him. Which in layman's terms means, since I am, on the child support docket, you know what I'm saying, with us not agreeing, she can't now claim the woo-wop as far as her tax. So she got to come back and see the kid. You know what I'm saying? Or commit financial fraud. You know what I'm saying? That's a hustle in the black community. Let other people claim your kids and then they kick you back X, Y, Z, whatever. This is, now, case in point, and I try to cover this stuff from like a spiritual perspective with a little bit of satire and humor, right? But this is why we wait upon the Lord and we don't fight our own battle. This goes into the rhetoric that it's in the word, but how he will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies, yo. They got to see you blow up. They got to see you get the victory by default, and you ain't went on the offensive. They got to bow down. Not no ego or nothing like that. But they, at some point, now ain't nobody perfect out here, you know what I'm saying? But they got to say, the Most High God, his hand on him, yo. Ain't no doubt about it at this point. You know what I'm saying? My metamorphosis has been amazing even unto thine self. You understand me? Show you right. Oh man, this is awesome, yo. I love when the weapon form, but it just don't prosper, cuz. I'm just talking on this junk right now. So I'll leave the YouTubers' names out of it because I don't want to be, clout chasing or clickbaiting or nothing like that. But again, I just highlight this for the level that people are going to, right? So you got one YouTuber, he kind of gave it up, you know what I'm saying, as far as going back and forth. But there are other content creators that are still making video about this dude, right? So the last video I talked about, I seen the first YouTuber video. Then the second YouTuber makes some videos claiming that this YouTuber's asking for gas money. And when I seen the video, it didn't have nothing to do with nothing that man was talking about, yo. So I don't subscribe or watch, but sometime period it'll pop up on my demonstration. And I'll click on, like I used to do the other dude I used to call Genghis Khan, just to see how far these people are falling, to track it, to make sure I don't do it right. So then the second YouTuber made a video yesterday talking about the first YouTuber that he keep making videos about got his Cash App shut down. How? How could an individual, like, unless they allege fraud or something, but how can I get somebody else's Cash App shut down, yeah? Unless I tell, like, Homeland they part of a terror organization or something, but how you do that? You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's why you just can't pay it no mind, because it don't make no sense. And I know I have an intellectual kind of proclivity, right? So then I'll fumble around trying to figure some stuff out that can't be figured out and waste a whole bunch of mental energy on a fruitless effort. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've learned to a great degree to see it, categorize it, you know what I'm saying, identify it, and then just leave it alone, apply it to myself to make sure I don't fall or I start trending a certain way based on how I see other people trending, as we're in this space where, you know, we're witnessing the great falling away. It's amazing to me, like, I ain't never been perfect or super righteous, right? But I always had enough respect for God to, like, not use his word for my own purposes or to bamboozle people and all that. Now we have people in the truth movement or the Hebrew Israelite movement who know who they are, they know God's real name, they know the law, statutes, and commandments, and they still, like, these people ain't scared, yo. Or they doing this unknowingly, but for the level of knowledge that they have, there's no way possible in my mind they can't not know. Good God of mercy. Even though we know the money fake, we're still fighting for it. I mean, you get it, you know, you gotta live and sustain on a day-to-day basis, but I'm saying these folk, you know what I'm saying, you know, create kingdoms on the backs of other people. You know, sleep with their wives and don't give them no money. It's like the plantation construct, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I see people online use the word against someone else, but the whole time they're doing this, they're not holding themselves to the same scriptural, biblical parameters. I'll use the Bible to condemn you, even though the way I'm going about it is totally out of order. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on, but I don't even care. And please, like, I don't take joy in seeing someone else up, even my enemies, you know what I'm saying? I done moved out of that. Cause I used to, in my mind, I play with vengeance, you know what I'm saying? But then one time, right, me and my roommate was beefing when I was living in Baltimore. We just, you know, butting heads, right? So I'm like, man, I ain't talk to that man no more. I got enough going on. Who he think he is? Woo, 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 woo. And I got off the bus one day and seen him with his daughter. And my whole heart changed. I said, man, I only felt like that. No. I ain't gonna talk to him, but man, he all right, you know. You know what I'm saying? Then we got into it again. So I'm like, man, now I'm feeling like people playing with me because I'm forgiving them and then they doing it again and da. So now I'm really done with the man. Came outside and seen him and my heart changed again. I said, man, I dapped him up. What's up, cuz? We still got everybody. What's up, black man? You know what I mean? We all right now. You know what I'm saying? That's like, now I'm starting to understand, like, when things happen and pop up, even if you can't say at the time, no matter how egregious or detrimental it might seem to be, again, false evidence appearing real, it's all meant to hone you through the fire of affliction to be who the Most High has destined you to be, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, characteristically, attribute-wise. If I don't get attacked in a legal sense by, you know, the other party, I can't actually apply the word in the sense, which is a great fear of mine, of going backwards or losing my progress, right? And seeing the word come true where I can't repay evil for evil. Yeah? Now, I can know that intellectually, but can I apply it when people are evil unto me? Yeah? Can I pay? And now that, can I forgive them? That's the space I just recently got into. Can I forgive them and pray for them? But 3-4 days when it snowed and all that, I was feeling some type of way. I told God, I don't want to pray for my enemy. He let me be like, look, I don't want to pray for them. They trying to get me, yeah? No, I ain't doing it. Now, fast forward in a week time, and it seemed like my growth is coming exponentially. My heart changed. And I said, man, I'm glad you ain't listening to me. I was just venting. I was just frustrating God. You know what? I don't even, they all right. I know they didn't try to fade me. I know, but now I see it from maybe his perspective, like they hurt. They need help, you know? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna fool. I'll still keep the healthy boundaries and all that. But I just hope they, turn it around like the Inez Andrews song, I just want to see a get a like to you, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to the, to the lower case G, ain't nothing to the God, you know what I'm saying? I done took all these other fiery arrows, again, playing with stuff in my mind. In my mind, just got more to lose. So the fall, if I'm on the second rung of a ladder and fall off, I can handle that. But if I'm on, the 15th rung and fall, you know what I'm saying? But then, here come the word again, when they say, I will uphold you with the right of my right hand for a man who has consistently worked in 2 years and ain't missed a bill. Not out of ego or not out, because he had to show me he can do that. So maybe moving forward, when everything fall apart, I had the prerequisite, like David used to do when he was in whatever situation. He would then remind himself of all the stuff God had did previous to that. This is all spiritual training, yeah. Like, gang stalker or narcissism type content. You can't teach people about that till you've gone through it and got through it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of my thing here in Babylon, where people go to school for, let's say, I don't know, mental health, or be like a therapist or something. Now, I can give you a bunch of intellectual knowledge about your situation, but when I got one, the information I give to you, I can't apply to myself. And like Jay-Z said, can't talk about it if you ain't live it. As far as I know, to the best of my ability, which is part of how I get down with the get down when I come around, the stuff I talk about is because I actually do it when ain't nobody looking. In season, out of season. Whether, like, I gotta keep going back to this. You don't have to understand it for it to work. You just gotta do it. These are the spiritual principles that we live by. Or like the last video I made, living by the biblical G code, which makes no, especially here in Babylon where everything flip-floppy, where it seemed like they can overcome you. And they might have done that in the past. But I think this chosen one or the awakening or so on, it has to happen. Or that might be a component or a prerequisite to aid and abet in the valley of the dry bones prophecy come together. Because I'm trying to, not trying to figure it out, but just thinking, right? If we're still getting beat down in the shreds, or still kind of victimhood, defeatist mentality, how them bones gonna come together? Before the bones come together, don't we have to overcome personally or certain situations, circumstances? Don't our mindset and our hearts have to be changed? Don't we have to come out of Babylon probably for years prior to us getting together? You know what I'm saying? Just like, you in the mama's stomach. It take you 9 months to start forming and developing for you to be birthed. You just don't, seed hit the egg and then you pop out. You know what I'm saying? There's a gestation process. So I think the isolation is more of a gestation process because just like when you go to jail and you take away all distractions, typically a brother start finding God. So we've been isolated, let's say, from family, social groupings, doors of opportunity being closed and so on. It, by default, made you find the Most High, or rather, the realization that He found you. You know what I'm saying? He's opened your eyes periodically through certain things, or so on and so forth, so that when that time of that prophecy, which I think is being fulfilled now, the rattlings and so on and so forth, will actually be mature enough, or spiritual growth and development be such for the appointed time for us to come together again as a nation. You know what I'm saying? But I think as well, we talk about these sellouts and all that there, but I think the rebels have to be purged out from among you. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay them celebrity people no. I think they all compromised and sold out to some degree. Why is they still there? You know what I'm saying? So I don't pay them no mind. We're probably the only race of people whose leaders, quote unquote, are given to us and don't actually lead. They make movies or they make music, but they don't have any functionality in society. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, the doctor who started his own practice, and you know what I'm saying, he's speaking at the Trump Joan, or the local neighborhood legend from around the East Part. He don't get invited, and he got an influence with the kids, and putting them on game, and so he don't get invited. You know what I'm saying? But these will be all the same people they run to when stuff go bad. Because you used to stuff going bad. You used to being betrayed. You used to being kind of financially whatever. That ain't nothing to you. The same stuff you've been dealing with for years is the very same thing. As soon as it hits some other folk, they be ready to jump out the window. Man, you ain't got to do that, cuz. Man, that ain't nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, cuz, here what you do, bro. Nah, man. Don't do that, yo. Don't take out your whole family, cuz. They ain't got nothing to do with it, yo. Come on, man. Let me school you to this here. I've been living like this since I've been on Earth, baby. And you see, I got small on my face with a missing front tooth. You know what I mean? As they say on the dead homies. You know what I'm saying? If I'm ready to get up out of here, that's all I got for y'all. Just a little. I can almost feel the storm brewing of Negro sellout Democratic crash out, boy. Boy, they gonna be crying and whining. But here's the tripping part though. They all bow down to Almighty Whitey anyway. They just do it in a more subtle, you know what I'm saying? They the one keep you on the plantation. They the one who keep, what, government subsidies and handouts and all that. But they don't like this white man. But the NAACP started, white man, you know what I'm saying? 501c3 church, bow down to the, proverbial white man, you know what I'm saying? The sisterhood, social service and this, that, and third, they bow down, white man, you know what I'm saying? You just mad at this one. They all play in the same league. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm playing in the Europe basketball league, yeah, I play basketball, but there's no way for me to be in a player in the Europe basketball league and win an NBA championship, yo. Even though I play basketball, I don't play in that league, and I don't want to play in that league because the stuff come with that league. You know what I'm saying? Make my own league, and if I make my own league, I win the championship every year. Because I'm going to make all the rules for me to win, just like the white man do. I guess we just fighting for what, I don't know, the scraps we think will suit us best or the more comfortable enslavement. You know what I'm saying? The same people that talking about Trump are the same ones shaming you to stay on the plantation. How many of these Democratic Negroes that start their own companies and start them in major cities? They just talk. No do, talk. And then if you do something different, then they want to talk about you. That Maccabees assimilated Greek spirit. You know what I mean? All over these Negroes. Then you get one of them, but here it is, let's say he didn't get in there. You better count your blessings. Because, like, I live in a rural place. Had Trump not got in there and Kamala and them and then the sisters out in the street looking terrible crazy and all this hair and whoop. Shoot, them good old boys coming out the woods and they going to rectify it on their own. And the police ain't going to do nothing because they go to school with them or they went to school with them, yeah. So we got some grace, yeah, and something that actually look bad to you. But you don't see it like that because you got tunnel vision, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen as much rhetoric about the migrant crisis and all that. But again, I live in the rural. They ain't going to come down here and just take over no stuff. No, that's not going to happen, yo. Because, again, them good old boys coming out the woods, and they're going to get jiggy. Because, see, in rural, this isn't, to me, it's not Southern, but in rural area, like the police chief or the sheriffs and the judge, they think they own the place, yo. So if you come in doing something that they don't agree with, they going to come tighten you up, yo. That's why back in the day, you used to burn crosses in your yard and hang you up for everybody to see and take pictures and all that. Yeah, you can be, yeah, they say they was giving them guns like Chicago, like them, all them Democratic cities or, highly densely populated areas. But they ain't going to be able to do it in no country. Not saying they can't. Mr. Gilmore ain't going for it. He going to round up the good old boy. They're going to call on the bat phone and they're going to come tighten them up. And they might be, dangerous or criminal or whatever the case may be. But they can't outgun them. You know what I'm saying? They got more guns than them. They got somewhere to put them at. And they gonna get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And they have sympathizers. You know what I'm saying? So that's dead. That's why I think it's good to live in. Yeah, it got its own little thing with it, but at least where I'm at, you know how the white man, so you just know how to play it. I'd rather know what he hitting for and deal with it than the Democratic white man bamboozler and his black minions coming to bamboozle me with a smile on their face, acting like they got my best interests at heart, when they shown over the past 60 years, they ain't been the case. So now all of a sudden you had a change of heart? No, no, you didn't. Stop it. Stop it. Like my grandma said, boy, stop it that. You know what I mean? It's crazy, yo. But praying for you, yours, and your situation. Keep your head up, cover your six. And on that note, man, I'ma holler at y'all. One love, baby.